Aww. Ow. Uh-huh.
Hello and welcome to Minecraft. In this video I'm going to be showing you the new Minecraft Snapshot, which adds a lot of really interesting things into the game. So first off I'm sure you noticed these horses, but I'll get to those in a moment. First off, we have these new hay bales that have been added, which can be placed horizontally or vertically, kind of like logs. Second, we have this new carpet, which extends 1 pixel high and can be made with any color wool. Now, a note with the carpet is that you cannot place it next to beds like I have shown here. You will be able to sleep in your bed, but unfortunately it will consider it broken and you will not be able to spawn in your bed. You will spawn at the spawn point. I kind of had to learn that the hard way. So learn from my mistakes. Let's go over here and I will show you the crafting recipes for the new items. So here's all the new items. These horses are definitely going to get in my way, but we'll deal with it. Get out of here. Horses are heavy. Okay, there's first off the horse saddle, which is crafted like this with iron and leather. Second off is the iron horse armor, which is crafted with iron ingots and black wool. Third, there's the gold horse armor, which is crafted with gold ingots and red wool. And there's diamond horse armor, which is crafted with diamonds and blue wool. And lastly, which you just saw, is carpet, which is crafted with any varying colors of wool next to each other side by side like shown. Okay, so on to the horses. I have gone ahead and spawned one of each colored horse, so as I move through the video you can pause and look if you want or whatever, but that's all of them as far as I could tell. I continually spawned over and over again, and this is all the colors I could come on. There's also donkeys, which was also in the Mo Creatures mod, and they move slower than the other horses and cannot have armor on them, but they can have saddles and you can ride around on them. In the Mo Creatures mod they had a saddle which had a pack on it so you could store stuff in it, but I don't know if they're going to add that. They might, but I don't know, because they haven't yet. So moving on, I'm going to show you the new items, how they work, and we'll get to taming horses and riding them. So over here in this box I have bunches of items, and I'm going to take all these on the top, which I'll show you them in a moment, as well as this and this. Okay, so there's a new thing that's been added to the game, which is name tags. If you go over to a, give me a moment, I need to give myself some experience. Give myself 10. There we go. Okay, so if you go into an anvil and you take a name tag and put it into the slot, and it costs 5 experience points, you can change the name tag to any name you desire. Let's go with Steve. And you take the name tag off, and the name tag will now be named Steve. If you take this name tag, and you can use it on any animal, as long as it's tamed, you can rename it to whatever name you want. So I went ahead and named this dog Jeffrey. And as you can see, the name tag only shows up when you have the animal selected. So if you even slightly go off of it, it goes away. Which I personally think is a very nice touch, because in the Mo Creatures mod, all the animals that you would name would constantly have a nameplate over them all the time. So I think it's a really nice addition. If we go back into the anvil, you can take a spawn horse and put it into the anvil, and you can name it whatever you want. Let's go with, how about Jerry? That works. It will rename the egg Jerry, and whenever you spawn the animal, it will be named Jerry. Or whatever name you want it to be. Okay, so I have this pen set up here, which I'm going to use to show you how to spawn and tame horses. So we're going to go ahead and spawn Jerry here, and you can see his name tag above his head. Now whenever you do spawn a horse, most of the time it's going to be an adult, but occasionally you will get a baby. But that's a pretty rare thing, and doesn't happen often, but does happen. So when taming a horse, you get on him and he will run around and kick you off like that. And he will do this again and again until he is tamed. So whenever he does kick you off, he does a little kicking motion and smoke comes out. And once you do tame him, hearts should come out and he won't kick. Sometimes it takes a lot of tries, sometimes it doesn't. It all depends. And there's some hearts. Okay, so now that he's tamed, we can take a horse saddle and put it on him. Now once you put a horse saddle on him, he will be able to be controlled with the directional keys. Now whenever you run forward, it goes pretty fast, but whenever you go backwards and strafe side to side, it goes slower. Whenever you're on a horse, if you take a spawn horse egg and you spawn it on your horse, it will spawn a baby horse. Baby horses, as you can see, are smaller, and when you feed them wheat, they gradually grow into an adult. And as you can see, it follows the mommy around everywhere that they go, even if you ride them, which I think is a pretty cool feature. So if you keep on hitting them with the wheat, they'll eventually turn into adult. Now, whenever you use wheat on a horse, you have a much better chance of being able to tame the horse. So if we ride this, you'll see I immediately got hearts from it. This also works with adult horses, and when you feed them wheat, it's much easier that way. So I'm going to spawn one more horse here, so I can show you the third armor set. And, actually, I'm going to feed him some wheat to speed up the process. It's kind of cool. We got all brown horses. Pretty even ratio right there. Okay, there we go. So I'll ride him, and he will love me immediately. So let's give this guy the silver armor, or the iron armor. Give this guy the gold armor, and this one the diamond armor. So that's what the 3 armors look like. And if we go on to, let's go on to this guy, and we take our name tag, which we name Steve, and you click them, we'll name the horse Steve. And this only works whenever the horse is tamed. You cannot put a saddle or a name tag or a lead onto a horse whenever it's not tamed. Or armor for that matter. It's pretty much useless until you tame a horse. Okay, so I grabbed a few things from my chest to help me with this next part. So you'll see that I have set up a course over here to help me demonstrate the functions of riding a horse. So we got Ted over here, and Ted is attached to this post by a lead. Lead is a new item in the new snapshot, which allows you to attach a rope to a horse, and the horse will follow you around, which is pretty dang cool. And then as long as you have another lead in your inventory, you can attach it to a post. And you can use a lead to attach other animals to posts as well, and they can even like hang in the air. So if we detach Ted, you get the lead back. Where did it go? It's probably near Ted. Yep. Yeah, that's kind of weird how it comes off. It likes to be random. Don't understand it. But if we get on Ted, you will see that there are extra parts on the right side, and that is your horse's health. And depending on how much armor you have on him, he takes different varying amounts of health or damage. And there is another bar underneath the health that is its jumping bar. Now if you hold it, he jumps, and if I were to tap it, he does a minimum jump, and if I were to land on the orange bar, he will get a maximum jump. So onto this course. The goal is to stay on the gravel, avoid the targets, and reach the finish line. So here we go. Ready, set, and go. So you can jump over walls. You can also shoot a bow and arrow at targets. And you'll see that wall to my left drop here in a moment. Like so. And then you can come over here, and with your sword you can also attack mobs and animals and stuff while on the horse. And you will see the wall in the background fall. Like that. Jump over this final barrier and make our way to the finish line. And off goes the fireworks. Okay, so we'll tether Ted up, and that's pretty much it for this video. One more thing. I'm sure you've noticed this respiration hat in my inventory. Small thing that's been added to the game. If you go underwater while wearing a respiration hat, it makes everything a lot more clear. And if I were to take it off, you can see everything is all dark and foggy and nasty. And if we put it back on, everything is clear again. Pretty nice addition. And I think that's it. If you liked the video, leave a like, and leave a comment if you want. And if you want more videos like this in the future, because I'm more than likely going to do more snapshots in the future, subscribe. But besides that, I guess that's it.